We have some box fresh winners this weekend. Valdesoli does not care about any themes or trends. It threw out some curveballs, it challenged riders to the max, and we have a fresh winner in every category. The wild weather this weekend, an insane storm that happened through the men's qualifying, only added to the interest of it all. And if you've not watched the live feed yet, you'd best get on that. There's a link down in the description. Go and watch it, then come back. The junior women's category was a duel between two riders. The series leader Vali and Millie Johnset were battling the entire way down the track with only a tenth of a second between the two at each split. It was in the bottom of the track where the race was won, and Millie Johnset managed to claw back a little bit of time and took her first ever junior women's win. Vali mentioned after the race that Millie must have been stronger psychologically, and that is what made the difference. Great racing from the juniors. In the junior men's category, series leader Thibaut Duprella was looking good, fastest at the top split, but then a crash took him out of contention. From the outside looking in, it seems like he's just wanting to decimate the competition. He may be trying a little bit too hard, and that's why he's had a few crashes at the most recent races. It was Slovenian Zak Gomilšik that looked like he was going to take his first win. He was fastest at splits 2, 3 and 4 by over a second, but it was New Zealander Tuhuto Ariki, I think that's how you say his name, Tuhuto Ariki Penny, who beasted it down the lower section to claim the win by 0.3 of a second over Zach. The junior New Zealand team is sponsored by Subway, so it must be all those footlongs he's been munching that helped him to take the win. Camille Balanche was so smooth and clean in her run, which is really strange on such a wild track. It clearly worked for her though, as she came down into the finish and scored her best ever result with third place. It was really cool to see her partner Emily Siegenthaler come over to congratulate her in the finish. And Emily, she got 5th. They were both on the podium. Downhill power couple, anyone? Tracy Hanna looked like a rider racing for the series. She took lots of safe lines, she kept it very smooth, didn't look like she was really pushing, and it worked because she got second, she bagged a load of points, no mistakes, well, maybe one mistake. She did nosedive right into a big juicy black snake and almost swerved off the track. Amazing bike control from her to just steer it straight and crack on without too much of a thought. I'm wrong a lot of the time, but this time I was finally right. Someone who is definitely celebrating though is Marine Cabirou. I'm gonna call it, I think, very soon she's gonna win a race. Yep, I'm calling it. Oh man, she looked so good in practice, riding really aggressive, really fast, but very controlled. She didn't look like she was scared of the track, which to be fair, I think most of the riders were. She's shown promise with top splits and qualifying and other races, but this time she finally stringed together a full run from top to bottom and decimated the competition. Like, I can't remember the last big gap like that we've had. 12 seconds in front. She must be stoked. Let's go ask her about it. How are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah?
Yeah, really.
Really?
It's just crazy.
Did you think after qualifying you had quite a good run, you were close to Tracy? Were you like, I've got this, no problem, I can win this? Or were you like, not sure?
Yeah, you have just a safe run during the quali because you have a rain and everything. And today I really push out all my run and it's just so crazy.
Yeah, it looked like you were giving it some. You were fairly like attacking the track?
Yeah, I attack all the long of the track, I push everywhere, and when I pass the line it's just...
So yeah, now we're heading to Lenzerheide, and do you think that's a place you could maybe take another win?
Yeah, I hope we will see what happens, but I'm really motivated for the next one and for all the end of the season.
Perfect. Well, good luck and we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you so much.
Cool. In the men's race, you might have noticed we saw a lot more riders than normal. We saw 48 racers instead of the usual 25. This was because of the lightning storm during the qualification that spread a lot of the good riders through the field. So what Red Bull did was they reorganised everything so they could show all the riders just in case they missed anyone. Well done to them for managing to sort out that logistical nightmare. Baptiste Pierron was the first rider to really impress. He stringed together a really clean run. We didn't get to see much of it, but we did get to see something, which is better than nothing. And he got his first top 10 since Mont Saint Anne 2017. So it clearly does run in the family. Finn Isles made me gasp and scare the lady that was sat next to me while I was watching the live feed. He is a sketchy boy, and I think yes, we have some amateur footage of the incident. Let's go to that now. Sketchy boy. The privateer dream duo of David Trummer and Johan von Klebelsberg have kept the 2019 party train going. The Denim Destroyer scored an excellent 13th, and David Trummer almost got his first podium, 6th place. Keep it up, boys, it's rad. Loris Vergier was on form. The one thing that really stood out to me was his speed carrying through the really technical, gnarly bits, where other riders were slowing up to get ready for it. He just accelerated through those hard sections. Ooh, and that triple in the lower section was rad. Boy loves a huck. All that added up to a nice third place finish for him. Menard was on fire all weekend. He was sending sections, getting his competitors very nervous. He was on a good run with splits saying that he was going to finish about third, and then he went off track, and it was really bizarre. No one really knew what went on. So I went and asked him, and he said he was just taking a lower line there and misjudged it. Caught a rock, put him off balance, straight into a photographer. Luckily, he got back on real quick, got to the bottom, still got 7th. Pretty impressive from the big man. Bruni did not put a wheel wrong to my observations. Controlled and composed is his calling card, and he was scattering them all over the hill on the way to getting second place. It felt like a carbon copy of his run in Léger, where he was really fast, really smooth, but not quite on the edge. One bit that he did get on the edge though was that flat turn across the roots on the middle section. He just lent it in super early, let the bike slide across the roots, catch the bank, and then he was just on the gas and away. That was very nice. Danny Hart was an absolute wizard in those upper sections. He was committed, he was attacking, and it helped him to get the fastest 2 top splits. But then things started to fall apart a little in the middle, and then the final nail in the coffin of his run was a puncture in those lower woods. But he didn't give up. He sprinted his heart out, he got to the finish, and that was a pun, not intended, and he got 5th place. Really impressive considering the flat. The dry qualifying crew right at the end of finals really earned their spot on the live feed. Faustin Figueres got 37th, but he was 16th at the splits before he slipped out. Joe Breeden got 25th, Forrest Riesco got 15th, and then David Palazzari got 12th. Great effort from those boys when the pressure was on. Amaury Pierron made no obvious mistakes in his run, but when he came into the finish, he said he had. We couldn't see the whole track, but a mistake in a rider's head is not always a visible thing from the outside. Even dragging your brakes a little late into the turn or just missing a line by a few inches is enough to lose you time. Even though he wasn't happy with his run though, he still claimed 4th spot. Valuable series points, and it's still an excellent result. Laurie Greenland, oh my gosh. So many people over the weekend asked me, all right, Cathro, who's going to win? And genuinely, not a word of a lie, I've been saying Laurie Greenland. I just felt like after his third last week, all the changes they made to the bike, he just seemed really confident and he looked good on track. Happy to be right in this situation. Doesn't matter if you believe me or not. I went to have a chat with him and see how it felt. Laurie.
Oh, no, it's not Laurie.
Oh, Laurie, yeah. So yeah, mate, I had a bloody good day. Yeah, I was on fire. Yeah. Yeah, mate, and I've had a few beers, mate, and it was bloody good. Yeah, bloody good.
Speechless, man. Fully speechless. No, it feels amazing. It's never had a race result that have kind of, as soon as it's happened the past decade or more, has just flashed before my eyes and kind of instantly just remembered the process and all the stuff that's come and gone through downhill. So it feels amazing. It feels real good, yeah.
No, it is wild, and like you were just saying earlier that your run felt like nothing that special, like smooth. Bit different from what you would normally feel?
It's no stranger that I'm quite a loose rider in the finals quite a lot, and we've done a lot of kind of changed my body positioning on the bike quite a lot. I used to be a real upright rider.
I reckon you do still ride upright, but only on the bits where you don't have to be doing anything special.
Yeah.
Then when it gets gnarly, you settle in.
Yeah, that was the aim. Yeah. Really, when it gets gnarly, just sit right into your bike, like you see Troy, like you see Loic doing. I kind of had a bit of a Red Bull replay session in the off season and realised that my wheels don't need to be stepping out of line that much, because you watch the other boys and it's not happening to them, but it was to me. So pretty good career move, I reckon. Stoked. Yeah, and it resulted in this. I can't complain.
Worked on your body position, gone with a big wheel on the front, and then you worked on like customizing the geometry, getting it all comfy, and then it's all just added up to a cheeky little trophy sitting up there.
That's it. Yeah.
2 more World Cup rounds, World Champs. Guessing you're going to get selected.
I bloody hope so.
Cool, well good luck for the next ones.
Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers,
nice
mate.
One. Yeah, flipping stoked for you.
Cheers.
Yes. Well, that's a wrap from Italy. Riders are off celebrating right now. You can probably hear the party going on in the background. But once that party's over, they're driving to Switzerland for the next round in Lenzerheide. I'll be there, and I'll see you there. Thank you for watching. Catch you in a bit. Again. But I can stick you in the credit bits at the end.
Awesome.
He's in.
Made
Your
it.
boy.
Boom.
Done.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
What? Now you're in the back of the car.
I wish you'd listen to me every once in a while.
What?
And you're just like, what?
What did he ask? Nobody heard it.
Part